Hello, everyone. How's it going? The door's still open. That was a problem. But I'm back and on a couple-day hiatus. But I am back. I'm probably not going to have a video up tomorrow, though, because I am going back to college tomorrow. Yeah, half term is over. But no, there's nothing I can really do about it. I got college. I was able to catch up with a lot of work over this past week, so that's a good thing at least, which means I'm gonna have less to worry about there, which leaves more to worry about here. Of course, now I've got semblance of an audience. I guess there's more people that I've got to try and please. But if what I've been doing so far has been good enough, I might as well keep to what I'm good at. Speaking of what I'm good at, the other day, if you remember a couple of videos back, I picked up some books from a local comic book shop and I showed them off, and today I'm going to review them. I'm going to talk about them, review them, and yeah, share my thoughts and opinions. First book I'm going to be talking about is Venom Annual #1. It's an annual. It's a anthology story. It's a series of 3 stories. The first is a fight between Black Cat and Venom. The second is a fight between Wolverine and Venom, which is definitely the highlight of the book. And then we have Juggernaut versus Venom. And the Juggernaut versus Venom bit is definitely where the book drags off a bit. The main reason why this is so far down, when all the other Venom issues have been so good, is mostly because it is an anthology. And I'm not too big and keen on those. But as far as anthology books go, it's not bad. And to be fair, this week was quite good. It didn't have any standouts, but it also didn't have any draggers either. Another thing is the art style changes, and I'm not really a fan of any of them, really. The art style throughout the Black Cat storyline is pretty good, but the Wolverine fight, the artwork here is a bit too simplistic, and during the Juggernaut fight, it kind of looks a bit too exaggerated. So yeah, it's kind of a bit off-putting for me. But apart from that, it was a good book. It just wasn't amazing, and it's not my cup of tea. Next book is Black Panther. The Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda story continues in this issue. It's issue 4, or issue 176, if you're going by legacy numbering. But I'm not, so it's issue 4. This is a continuation of the current storyline where Black Panther's in space. He is still in space, unlike our other superhero who went to space, Doctor Strange. But I think that they're probably going to do a similar storyline with either this is an Elseworlds book, or it's an Elseworlds story, or it's an alternate universe or something, or characters are being brainwashed and being made to do what they don't really want to. Because we have a character called the, where is it? Just wait a second. Called the fucking, where is this guy's name? The Manifold. Manifold. That's his name. Fucking Manifold. Yeah, and to my knowledge, this character was actually a hero on Earth, but maybe he's been brainwashed or something to serve this other more villainous character, Najadaka. Why no one can just be called Steve in a Black Panther book, I don't know. But we see that he is the actual proper Black Panther of space, of this intergalactic empire. It's a really interesting storyline. It's just this issue didn't grab me as much as other issues have. It's a thing of we're not getting enough of the characters that are interesting. We're getting more of the not so interesting characters. Like, the actual Black Panther, T'Challa, isn't prevalent in his own book, which is kind of, you know, that shouldn't be the case, really. But next up, we have Black Panther versus Deadpool. If you watched my last video, you'll probably remember me saying that I did not like the art style in this. It's all very clumsy, and it seems like too much is going on. It's very, like, it's very kinetic, but not in a good way. It's kind of messy. I did end up getting used to it, but you shouldn't have to get used to an art style. You should like it from the get-go, and I didn't like this from the get-go, so yeah. When there's an action sequence, it's fine. When there's not an action sequence, when it's just talking, it feels like it still is drawn like an action sequence. The overall story is really good, though. It's Black Panther, or T'Challa, has just found a new, like, way. He's just invented a new, like, kind of weapon to, which can heal body parts, but it can also regenerate limbs and stuff. It's just science stuff. Meanwhile, Deadpool is, you know, doing Deadpool stuff, and he ends up injuring an old man during a fight with the Wrecker. So Deadpool feels sorry for this. So he decides, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Wakanda, steal a piece of vibranium from Black Panther, or ask for a piece of vibranium. But it just happens to be in the shape of a bullet. So yeah, and then, you know, a fight ensues, and such and such. And it's just fun nonsense. and that's kind of my favourite kind of book. So yeah, I love this. The only thing that's dragging it down is the artwork, because I did not enjoy the art in this. The story is fine though. The story is very solid, but the artwork is just letting it down a bit. Next up, The Amazing Spider-Man issue 7, also issue 8. I'm going to review them at the same time, even though this issue was slightly better. But this issue continues or concludes the storyline in The Bar with No Name, where every supervillain in this bar is trying to kill Boomerang, and Peter Parker has to still stay undercover whilst also fighting off all these villains, and most of them are villains of him. So it's just nonsense fun. The reason why this is higher is because, one, the sense of humour is brilliant in this. Nick Spencer is really hitting his stride with the humour in this book. Like, at first I thought it was a bit annoying, now it's really good. And the artwork as well. Humberto Ramos, he is a really good artist. And he's really found his niche, and he fits Spider-Man so well. I love this book. Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man is really ramping up, and it's really getting good again. Which it hasn't been this good for a long time. And issue 8 only continues to get better. It's the start of a new story arc, with featuring the Thieves Guild, which is a group of villains I'm not all too familiar with, but hey ho. And the whole thing of this is the Thieves Guild are a bit salty that there's so many supervillains and superheroes around, so they've decided, why not steal all of their equipment? It's such a stupid premise that it works so well, and it's tackled not like a fucking joke. It's tackled like a proper fucking Mission Impossible movie, where there's like ninjas fucking stealing everything. They're like, find what they hold most cherished, find their stronghold, find their last refuge, and steal from their very grips every last thing you can. It's a storyline that could have been told in a all ages book, but it's handled and tackled in a way that makes it more adult and makes it very interesting. And of course at the end, of course, because it's a heist storyline, Black Cat shows up and she has a bone to pick with Spider-Man. Also, Spider-Man's web shooters have been stolen. I guess that's an important thing to say. Web shooters gone. And my pick of the week. If you watched my last video, you'd probably be surprised by this, but it's Daredevil. I'm surprised as well, but this issue fucking turned it around, didn't it? I mean, seriously, if you want to fucking get someone on the edge, why not have the opening scene be Matt Murdock on an operating table about to die, and then flashbacks to show him like reenacting an act of heroism from his childhood, which is how he basically became Daredevil in the first place. But of course, he's not dead at the first scene of the story arc. We have a little scene inside of Matt Murdock's brain where Matthew Murdock is meditating and trying to heal his body, and Stick basically comes over to him and he's like, "Why are you doing this hippy dippy crap?" And he just whacks him in the face with his stick. And it's like, "What did I teach you, Matt? What did I teach you?" And then he's like, "You taught me to fight." It's so fucking badass. And the artwork in this, I was skeptical about Phil Noto in the like early on, but man, his artwork is beautiful. So the team that Daredevil has put together, Matt Murdock is somehow back on his feet. That's the only little niggle that I have. He goes from not being able to like move to being up and on his feet, and he's still got a broken arm. But one scene his arm's in a sling, and the other scene he's swinging around the city in his fucking Daredevil costume. But he reveals to this team that he's been working with, which is Reader, Frank McGee, and Cypher, that he's Daredevil. And then, as I said, Matt Murdock goes swinging around the city and gets attacked by some masked villain who's using bone weaponry. And it's not who you think. It's not Kraven. It's a new villain whose name is not revealed in this issue. But yeah, we have a new antagonist for Daredevil. Another new one. And he's actually threatening because he's a mute. He doesn't say a word, he just points at Daredevil. And I like the idea of Daredevil having a more angelic villain, because he is the devil, basically. So if he has a villain from the other side of that religious spectrum, a villain that actually plays on his like religion, I love that. That's a storyline. That's a storyline I want to see. And then Matt Murdock goes back into his apartment, and on his bed is a naked Elektra. Damn. This book is amazing, and if the storyline continues in this fashion, I am going to lap this up, and I'm going to love it, because this issue was amazing, and I just want every issue of Daredevil to be this good. It's just a shame that he's only got a few more issues left, that Charles Soule only has a few issues left, but if he carries on like this, he's ended on a high anyway. So Daredevil number 609 is my pick of the week. So that's it for the books that I read this week. Let me know in the comments below what books you picked up this week. Also, just comment anything random, just, you know, whatever comes to the top of your head. Give me questions if you want. Anything that I can improve on, constructive criticism, scathing criticism, you know, take the piss, anything. Leave a like, leave a dislike if you didn't like this video for some reason. If you didn't like this video, kind of fuck off. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Hit that subscribe button. Usual links are in the description below. Click on them. I'm gonna try and get some more stuff onto my Instagram because I know that's been taking a lull for the past few months. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.